Greetings, YouTube. Tonight has been a very strange night, and I guess technically strange morning since it's past midnight and across the pond, well, you're waking up pretty soon, if not already by the time this video posts. It started out as just a normal evening responding to line messages. Of course, the majority of messages I'm receiving are from Crystal opening commentary submissions or screenshots of Nexus crystals, etc. But I got this message, and I was excited to say congratulations to Thanos. You see, this summoner, shockingly, almost accidentally in a way, got in the top 150 of the 5-star Sabretooth, still a very good champion, featured arena this weekend. And we'll see his score in a second. It is quite low. So I just thought, okay, I'll say congratulations, and that'll be it. But he went to the leaderboard and he noticed something very strange. Something that typically never happens with alliances that have a couple members, maybe a week or a weekend in this case, that run the featured arena. And of course, this is the biggest arena, the 5-star featured. So he noticed that there was an alliance that placed 6th, 7th, 8th, 9th, 10th, 12th, and we'll see pretty soon top 3 in this arena. But they didn't follow the same kind of patterns that we've seen other alliances use when, say, there's a bot scam going on where you have people who are hiding in plain sight, as I liked to call it. You might recall the Cyclops alliances, for example. And I want to say that because this doesn't fall under the normal category of like red flag bots, I'm trying to tread lightly. I promised you in the end of 2019, December of 2019, that my New Year's resolution was to monitor the arenas and the leader boards of arenas, and if anything sketchy or fishy arose, to make a video on it. And I don't really enjoy making these videos, to be honest, because I know that every time I do, there's pushback. There's pushback from people who say bots don't exist and this is like a gossip conspiracy theory. And then there's also pushback because it's like, hey, bots exist, but good for these summoners. Let them cheat as long as they can. Screw Kabam. But I'm not looking out for Kabam or these summoners. I'm looking out for the summoners that placed 151 to say 160. The summoners who would have got 5-star Sabretooth had the people at the top, if they were using some kind of software to bot, for example, had these summoners not been present. Now, Kabam has made a pledge going forward this year at some point to do two things. To double the pool of the 5-star featured from 150 to 300, which is fantastic. And also for the people who, like I just mentioned, place 151, who are near misses, really, really close, they'll get something that will at least make their pain a little less painful. And this does not follow the same trend that we've seen other alliances. So maybe, just maybe, there is some microscopic, but be it still technically a chance that all of these people in the same alliance were just working in tandem, and they were putting up such a close score that it was back to back to back to back to back, and they were doing it fairly and without any kind of software, and it just so happened to look like a coincidence. It's almost like Ford versus Ferrari in the movie, where everybody slows down or speeds up to where they finish at the same time crossing the finish line. You know, that could be a possibility. That's why the title of this video is going to be a question and not an exclamation point. But if you were to look at this alliance and you were to do a little research, you'd first see that the free alliance also had the 3rd place of this featured arena, which typically, and maybe it's not this case, I can't tell you what the score is other than what place 148, but typically in alliances, if you're placed in top 5, you're going to score around 100 million, if not more. And so with 100 million points, you're looking at rank 2, rank 3, 6 stars across the board. These are summoners who usually use a ton of refreshes worth of units for their best 6-star champions. and probably users who have 100% explored the Abyss and or Act 6. And so you looked at this alliance, this stress-free alliance, which, I mean, hey, maybe they're just stress-free. I don't know. And there were some confusing trends that erupted from this. 19 out of 30 members. You had people all over the place rating from 141,000, 334,000. Not what you would typically see. But it wasn't just ratings that were below 1 million at the very top. Very surprising. You had just 2 legends. Now, you had some people like Dr. New and Adalbert who had over 1 million rating, but then you had 2 legends, Yusuf and Galicia. Maybe this is all completely legit. Maybe they're all just having fun doing the arena together, because who needs to open a bunch of crystals on July 4th weekend when you can place in a 5-star Sabertooth arena in the top 15? And I guess they, were 11 out of the top 15 spots? But, well, I guess technically that's not true. 3rd, 12th, and 6th, 7th, 8th, 9th, 10th. So, 8 of the top 15. Whatever. Point being, it's just a weird thing to see. And I promised you in December that in 2020, if something like this popped up, I would do my best to stay objective, to not make gossipy allegations, but to also say, hey, this is what's going on. If you go to the featured 5-star leaderboard that was just completed, anybody can do it, you will see the same thing that I'm talking about now. So it's important to note that when there are patterns like this, it hurts the people who are going for the featured champion and who are so close but no cigar. As soon as Kabam doubles that pool to 300 and hopefully rewards people who finish 301 through 310, for example, I think it'll get better. But there is still a problem in the community with cheating software, with bots, and I felt it was my responsibility as somebody that wanted to keep his word, even though it's been months and months and months since I made a video on this, to produce this, since I had 3 different summoners, Thanos of course being one of them, reach out to me who noticed it, because I had asked some members of the community, hey, keep an eye on the leaderboard. If you see something kind of weird or suspicious, hit me up, because we do want to monitor it for the good health of honest summoners that are spending real time and real units and certainly real effort to fight in the arena, keep their infinite streak up, and go for that new featured champion, whether it be a 3-star champion, a 4-star champion, or a 5-star champion. So Thanos, thanks for reaching out, and thank you to everybody else who reached out that I haven't named. Again, maybe it's just a coincidence and a really weird coincidence, but it's certainly worth noting and at least putting out there for the sake of a discussion of what's going on in the arena, in the community. Thanks for watching.